Good morning, caregivers and care receivers. Today we're going to talk about what to do when caregiving seems overwhelming and you don't know what to do, or you're frustrated, or maybe you're feeling sorry for yourself. Stay with me for the caregiving chat of the day. Before we get started, I want to thank all of the caregivers and care receivers who respond to these videos and who chat with me in posts. I spent a couple of hours this morning just responding to people, and you are all amazing. The information that you share is valuable. Posting your frustrations is valuable. The fact that you feel lost or that there's no help out there, help exists. And so I thank you for that. It gives me subject matter for these videos. So today, what to do when caregiving just really seems overwhelming and you don't know where to turn to. Sometimes we have to hear suggestions multiple times before we do anything. And I'll use a common bit of information that I've posted in videos and in articles that you may or may not be aware of. Heart disease, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure can result in dementia because the heart manages the circulatory system of the body. And if you have high blood pressure, that can result in strokes, which can result in circulation issues, which can result in dementia. Now, you may hear this from me. You may hear it from a doctor. Sometimes it takes hearing it 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 times before it makes sense or before you actually hear the information. And why is that? It's because sometimes we are so wrapped up in caregiving or life or something else that all this information comes at us and we can't process it and it doesn't make sense. And that's the same with these caregiving videos. I may talk about something one day and you may think, doesn't apply to me. 2 weeks later, something may happen. And you may think, oh, that caregiving lady, she said something about this. Now, what was that? There's a couple of sayings out there that the student isn't ready until the teacher shows up, or the teacher shows up and the student doesn't pay attention until the teacher's ready. A saying that my mom used to tell me when I didn't listen to her. Can you actually believe I didn't listen to my mom? But when I didn't listen to my mom she's like, well, I told you that wouldn't work out. And then of course I said to my mom, well, why didn't you tell me? And she says, well, you wouldn't have listened. And it's so common in life. We don't listen because we are distracted. We're thinking of other things. In caregiving, one of the best recommendations I can make is just to be open-minded. If someone makes a suggestion, don't automatically shut it down because you think that it won't work for you, or that it doesn't apply to you, or that's not your situation today, so it doesn't matter. Caregiving, as many of you know, goes on for years, and the time involved in caregiving increases. So you may be spending 2 hours a week on caregiving. Believe it or not, the average caregiver, 20 hours a week caregiving. Bless all of you. It's a lot of time. And spouses who are caregiving, that becomes a 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week job with very little breaks. I talk to aging parents out there who are concerned that their kids are so busy and they can't provide care. As caregivers and care receivers, we have to find ways to work together. And sometimes it's trade-offs, like I talked about in another video recently. Here's what I can do. What can you do to help? How do we help each other work together to make caregiving better? How do we feel comfortable about expressing our feelings about caregiving? In so many of the chats, I will have a caregiver who expresses their opinion, and I thank them because caregivers feel like they can't talk about their feelings about caregiving, especially if they're frustrated or angry or having a bad day. That's when we really need to talk about how we feel, because there are other caregivers out there who understand. I have been doing this for 20 years. I so understand. And if another caregiver or a loved one snaps at you, it's because they're having a bad day. It's because they need a little bit of love. They need a little bit of compassion. And if you can stop yourself and not take that snap or that bite personally and just wait, the situation can get better. Here's a suggestion for situations where maybe an aging parent complains or your brother or sister who is a caregiver complain. Think about this. What if you just listened for a period of time? Maybe just listen for 2 weeks and don't say anything and don't make any suggestions. And after that time frame, the next time your parent or the caregiver says something, here's the conversation. You know, I've heard you say that for the past 2 weeks. I've listened and I haven't made any suggestions, haven't made any comments. I wanted to hear your feelings. Now that I've heard your feelings, the situation doesn't seem to be getting better and it doesn't seem to be improving. How can I help you? What can we do about this? What can you do? What can I do to make it better? By working together, we can improve caregiving situations and not have the feeling that we become so lost in caregiving or buried in caregiving responsibilities that help doesn't exist. Help exists. I'm Pamela Wilson. I help caregivers and aging adults solve caregiving problems. My website is PamelaDWilson.com. As always, in this video, there is a link to a helpful article. All you have to do is click on it to watch. My website has a free library. There is a newsletter you can subscribe to. I do a free monthly caregiving support group. I have a free caregiving support group on Facebook that is called the Caregiving Trap if you'd like to post confidential questions. Help is here. As a caregiver, as an aging adult, you have to take the next step to access help if you want better caregiving results, if you want to feel better, if you want to have better caregiving relationships. The answers are here. I am here to help you. Please, again, keep commenting, keep posting questions, keep sharing these videos. I so appreciate it more than many of you will ever know. I will see you in another video. Have a great day today.